Shalom, friends, and welcome back to this week's latest installation of a Biselleh Torah. Devarim is the name of the parsha that we're reading this week. It is the first parsha in the book of Deuteronomy, which is the last book of the Bible. And essentially, the book of Devarim contains Moses' recollections, but specifically the things that he wanted to recall and remind the people of before he met his death. And in this parsha, there's found something called a tochecha, a rebuke of the people's actions. Why does Moses begin his final oratory with a rebuke? Perhaps because he loves them, so much so that he wants to ensure that this next generation that did not endure the hardships of their parents and grandparents in Egypt do not repeat the mistakes of the past, that each successive generation should grow on the backs of the previous one and becoming better human beings in a better community as a result of their learning from mistakes of the past. Moses' love of the people is such that he doesn't want to give them flowery languages in the twilight of his life, but rather wants to leave them with a legacy that is going to make them better people. We find in the book of Proverbs the following statement, Marpeh lashon etz chayim, that the damage of the tongue or the healing of the tongue comes about as a result of the Eitz Hayim of the tree of life. And what is the tree of life? The tree of life is understood by our sages as Torah. That when our tongue is in need of healing, Torah is the antidote. What does that mean? That when we feel like we are going astray in life, or when somebody has had the temerity to point out to us that we have taken a bad road in life, we've made a bad choice, the antidote to that is to look at Torah and ask, what should I have done, and what can I do now to rectify the situation? If we're left to our own devices, oftentimes we make the wrong choice based on our own self-need or perceived self-need, that which is in our own interest, rather than what Torah or God would have us do. And so the passage opens up in the book of Deuteronomy with these words in Hebrew, Elah hadavarim asher diber Moshe. These are the words that Moses spoke to the people of Israel. And these are the words. However, the word Devarim, again translated as words, can also be easily translated as things. These are the things that Moses gave to the people of Israel so that it would not fall into error. And quoting from the Midrash, and I'm going to read directly from it here, Ita lo nitain Torah liYisrael kedei lo sheyasku b'divreihem. The Torah was only given to Israel so that Jewish people would not fall into the ways of the past. They would not repeat the mistakes of the past. So when we translate the word Devarim as things, these are the ordinances. These are the barriers. These are the guide rails that should take you into a future that is better than the past. Powerful words of admonition, not just to the people that Moses is speaking to, but they translate themselves across the millennia, directly to us. If the next generation that succeeded the one that left Egypt was supposed to be better than the previous, then how much better should we be than all of those myriad generations that preceded us, going back all the way to Moses' time? We should learn from the past, and we should learn from Torah. So when we have questions about how we should talk, how we should dress, how we should conduct ourselves in the public sphere, how we should conduct ourselves privately, Torah has a response for everything. There is nothing that God is unconcerned with, and certainly there are not any things within the context of human life that Torah does not leave undiscussed, because either everything matters or nothing matters. Shabbat Shalom.